Tell me, is it ridiculous to be named claviculus? Bet these kids don't even know what that means. I know it's not rock and roll. It's not rock and roll. Except for maybe all of that bone smashing stuff. And it ain't nothing magical. It's just the clavicle. You know how I know you're gay. And it ain't nothing magical. It's just the clavicle. You don't tell dudes you want wide-in jaw surgery. I need to fit more in my mouth. And tell me what's more ridiculous than crowning yourself claviculus. I think I don't even know what that means. Clavicle on sabbatical. Ended up maxed out in the penitentiary. Clavicle on sabbatical. Involuntary asshole enlargement reassignment surgery. You just got mobbed. Let's not get fanatical, cause it's just a clavicle. A Cybertruck and a live stream.
All is ready. Come on, welcome to the greatest podcast known to mankind. This is the anti-George Carlin podcast, and I'm your ridiculously handsome, perfectly symmetrical jawline is 2.5 inches left to center line. My eye width is 1.25 centimeters next to perfect. Alex Jones literally says I am a looks max. I'm a looks maxer that will defeat the globalists. I am the resistance, the maxing resistance against the globalists. Just like the intro song, that is a new song I just put out called, what is it called? It's called Kickstart My Heart. And not that the clav would ever hear that song, but if he did, if Claviculus heard that song, I think he's cool enough, dude. I think I respect what he's doing. He's putting in the grind. He's putting in a lot of work. Easy on the drugs and stay on course. You know, I respect what he's doing. It's just like I said in the song, you don't tell dudes you want widened jaw surgery. I will never have my jaw will never be big enough. I will always want to fit more and more and more in it. It's the wrong body part to have like body dysmorphia in. It just is, dude. It's just like, you don't tell dudes that, and keep that one to yourself. Free tip, dude. Keep on rocking. Keep on rocking to the clav. That song is called Kickstart My Heart. And there's a bunch of funny new music out, and it's just the silly song. It's just the silly song, my peeps. Anyways, are you guys sitting down? Are you guys strapped in? Because we're about to talk politics. Politics? Gulp. Politics? No way! Are you crazy? Only CNN and Fox can discuss politics. They have a monopoly on discussing politics. You're just a person. You can't have opinions. We're breaking all the rules, dude. Despite being in Southside Bethlehem tonight, I just did a set, and this is a phenomenon I've been noticing. When I drove down to Austin, any hood that you go to, like the projects, you will see American flags out now. That's a new phenomenon. I've never witnessed that in the past, but that's something that's going on. So I know it's anecdotal, but that leads me to believe, and this is why I probably feel comfortable doing conservative jokes, but I don't think anyone's watching CNN. AKA mind control, mind control, mind control. You are not being mind controlled. You are not being mind controlled. You are not being brainwashed. Come on, people. It's just CNN. You are not being mind controlled. Come on, guys. That's CNN. So I feel comfortable doing these conservative jokes because I can't imagine people are still watching CNN. My friend tonight had a great joke. Nick Cerniglia, shout out. Very funny comic. He has a joke that's essentially like, like telling your friends that you're gay, like coming out and like telling your friends is equivalent to in 2026. Someone asks you if you if you're vaccinated, and you gotta be like, Yeah, no, I'm not vaccinated, but it's like it legitimately is synonymous with coming out as a gay dude in the 80s. Shout out Stranger Things. So here's my political. This is why I asked you guys if you were sitting down, because how can people genuinely, legitimately complain about Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump? We had the last president literally fell up. He fell up stairs for 4 years, dude. Joe Biden couldn't walk in sand, dude. He couldn't walk in sand. It wasn't the moon. He wasn't on the moon. Half the country acted like it was a moon expedition. You know, walking on the moon's surface ain't easy. Everyone was like defending Joe Biden walking in sand. Made no sense. Spring breakers every year play. They do 20 beer bongs. They take a hit of acid. They start playing some beach volleyball, and that's all in sand. My grandfather does just fine in sand. Thank you very much. I do not believe for 1 second. I can't believe the entire country was duped. But sand isn't tough, dude. It's not that tough. Jeez. It's not. He literally was walking like he was on the moon, like 1/4 gravity. Whoa! He's falling down in sand, dude. If I had to decide what's my favorite, what's the best fall I've ever seen Joe Biden take, hands down, it was the Air Force Academy speech where he literally got a running start, like Flintstones, like. He just goes down. He literally runs to fall. If I was Secret Service during the Biden administration, I would have replaced any surface that you could walk on with bouncy house materials. Any stairs that were around, instantly replace them with bouncy house slides, dude. I would just make everything a bouncy house. We didn't even give Biden a helmet, dude, for 4 years. No helmet. Wouldn't that be like, isn't that the compassionate thing to do? Like, dude, you should wear a helmet probably. You're falling upstairs. You can't walk in sand. Now people are complaining about Trump, dude. Get your priorities straight. We just had literally a dude that fell upstairs, couldn't walk in sand. Everything should be bouncy house materials. And that was our president for 4 years. I think we're doing okay with Trump. Okay, it's not that bad. Like Jordan Peterson says, we're richer. We're how much is enough? How much is enough? Did you ever hear Jordan Peterson say we are the 1% of, get this, the 1%, historically speaking? Hey, Doc, who are you? What are you talking? 1% of 1%? Don't play Hume with me, Becco. I just want to know, dude, what are you talking about? Who are you talking about? The 1% of 1%? Because that ain't me, dude. Are you talking about the Somalians? Are you talking about Congress who do insider trading? Are you talking about people who store tax money? Who are you talking about? Because I can barely afford a sandwich, Doc. I can barely afford a sandwich. I can't afford a parking ticket right now. 1% of the 1%. Do you think Jordan Peterson legitimately ever was around poverty? Like he's from Canada, Montreal. I wonder how bad their homeless problem is. Do you ever think, like, I don't know how bad the homeless epidemic was when Jordan Peterson made that ridiculous claim, because what are you talking about really? 1% of 1%. Like in the same video that you guys probably heard him say, he compares like we are at the same standards of Rockefeller, who's like one of the richest dudes alive in the early 1900s. We have like his lifestyle, but I don't think that's true because it's all relative. Like experience is relative as you progress. And have you ever seen San Francisco? This is my impression of Jordan Peterson seeing San Francisco for the first time. Never in American history has a homeless person been able to afford the extra hit of crack cocaine while doing methamphetamines and fentanyl. We're at the precipice. We are at the upper echelons of street living. he thinks getting that extra hit of crack cocaine. Never in history have they had tents. They used to sleep on the sidewalk. We're not doing that great in America, so I don't know, 1%. If that's true, I should be able to afford Louis XIII after every show I do. And what I end up doing is I split my tab 13 ways for 13 days. So I guess, Jordan Peterson, you can pick up my bill. How about that? How about that, Doc? Pick up my bill. What else is going on? We got some political content today, dude. I didn't even vote. I really don't vote. So I used to, but I didn't. And I didn't vote in this last election. So if you're like, he's a conservative, I would say those are my people. Conservatives are more my people than the people protesting at in Minneapolis. Here's a brick. I'm so mad I could throw a brick right at the police. That's how mad I am. I'm going to throw a brick at these federal officers. How mad do you have to be, dude? And why? Why are you mad again? They say you can't just come into our country. They're getting terrorists first. This is what that's the impression I'm under. What's your impression? That they're just taking very good-hearted, normal, tax-paying citizens that are impeccable community members. Do they think that's what's going on? And if they actually did, is that the best way to go about it? Throwing bricks at federal officers? I don't know, man. Because look, these federal officers, this is my thing with it. They're just people. They're not Captain America. These federal officers, a lot of them they're exactly like us. If you want to know the truth, I worked on a lot of military bases. They're actually probably dumber than most of us. Besides the Air Force, the military branch is kind of dumb, like lower IQ. And I love I support the troops and everything, but I'm just telling you the truth. That's what I've experienced on bases besides Air Force bases. I don't know if that's because at Air Force bases, the ones I worked at, SpaceX was there, and you're going to get a lot more science and engineer and STEM fields primarily. But anyways, these people are going to break. That's what I'm saying. They're not these Captain American superstars. The more bricks you throw, the more likely that they're going to snap. And maybe, God forbid, shoot more people, which is horrible. It's really sad, dude. I know this is a comedy podcast, but that's sad that people, it's our country, dude. That is our country. That makes me sad to know that we literally can't have conversations anymore and talk about things, and people resort to trying to run over a federal agent. That's crazy, dude. Who knows how many were busting? Because aren't people from Minnesota nice? I've been to Minnesota. It's a bunch of nice people. Wisconsin, same thing. These are nice people. And where did all these protesters come from? I know they didn't come from Minnesota. They bust them in. George Soros literally busted. They are literally protest mogging. They are protest mogging. They're maxing the protesters. This is the globalists is bringing the fight to us, but you are the resistance. You are the comedic resistance. There are black helicopters outside, ladies and gentlemen. What is your choice to be? Or what is your choice to be? They don't want you laughing. They don't want you having a good time, folks. What is your choice to be? I choose freedom. I choose freedom. You are the comedic resistance. Listening to the greatest podcast known to mankind. This is the anti-George Carlin podcast.